All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the sprint cars and we are ready to roll. Dirt Anarchy 410 sprints. Guys are out here doing some practice on the track right now. But we are going to go to an advertisement here in a second. I just wanted to say, hey, and what's up? And these guys are out here ready to roll. So if you guys came out to the stream, thanks a lot for coming out and supporting the channel. Thanks for supporting the guys. And we're going to get this underway. So we'll be right back
with this commercial break. NRI machining. The difficult we do right away, and the impossible will take a little longer. Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacy is an independent retail pharmacy offering prescriptions, a full line of over-the-counter medication products, and gifts for family and friends. The pharmacy offers in-store pickup, drive-through pickup, and delivery. Contact us by phone at 740-259-0041 or visit our Facebook page.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna pull up here. We go. All right. These guys are out here practicing. Check flags come out for practice. Practice session is over. Fast one on the track. David Garman in practice with an 11.170. Ian Humphreys really close behind though. Less than a tenth. These guys are gonna come out here and hit some practice laps, and we are going to watch them run. Or not practice, excuse me, qualifying. Qualifying time's up. Here we go. Got a couple guys out on track. Ian Humphreys out there now. Gonna go out there and put his time in and see what he can get. Green flag's out for qual for Ian. Ian Humphries had a fast time. A 2:10. Garmin with a 1:70. They are awfully close together. Ian Humphries' first lap comes around. Matthew Croak gonna pull the fast time, 11:416. Got a lot of guys left to qual. See if they can beat it. Got a little bit of a smaller field here tonight, but that is all right. Matthew Croak around again with an 11:409 quick time. Got David Garmin still to go. Matthew Helm, and I do believe Brandon Starnes was doing race control. So there we go. Matthew Croak with the quick time so far for the 410 sprints at Lanier. You just seen the late models here. Now you're going to see the 410s whip around. Going to be a little bit different driving line, a little bit different driving technique, but still going to be good racing. So we're set up for a 40-lap event. Probably end up being one heat race and a B main most likely. So that got to be it. Still waiting on one to qual. Got about 3 minutes left around there. So if you guys are out here watching, thank you so much for coming out. Super excited for Dirt Anarchy to get the season rolling. I think we're week 3 so far. It's been great. Been absolutely fantastic calling races for these guys. I used to race with them. Now I call them and watch them race. So definitely from this perspective, get to watch these guys grow quite a bit and work on their driving. And it's great to see them go out there and improve every time they come out and hit the track. So David Garmin put a qual lap in. The 4.71, second lap was a 5.92. So I put David Garmin down in 4th place. Looks like that is everyone. Halfway through qualifying. Matthew Croak with the quick time. Up there with an 11.409. Ian Humphries in second with a 4.54. Klosterman in third with a 4.64. And David Garmin in fourth, with a 4.71. Tony Martin going to round out the top 5, 11.576. Great job out of the qual so far. These guys are ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to check out the sponsor page while we get everything ready to go over here. All the sponsors you see on there are the reason why the league can happen. So absolutely great. All the sponsors coming out and supporting the guys. Appreciate everything they do for us. Appreciate everything y'all do for us, coming out and supporting the guys and watching them. So, all right, back over to live. We get the grid on screen. Starting out on pole, your quick time finisher tonight. In the number 2 car, Matthew Croak, starting outside pole in the number 53 machine, Ian Humphries. In 3rd place, in the number 26, Nick Klosterman. And 4th place, 06 car, David Garmin. 5th place, number 22, Smoky Designs by Andy Tony Martin. In 6th place, rounding out the end of the field, Matthew Helm. These drivers are ready to get this underway. If we can get over to the right thing here, we'll get everything worked out. Matthew Croak, see him on the screen. Down on the bottom left. Pace truck's taking the guys around track, ready to get the race underway. Coming around turn 1 and 2 on a backstretch. They are ready to go. Looks like the Helm's in pit, so got 5 cars on track. Pace truck dips off. Green flag flies. Matthew Croak with the 2 machine takes off with a good jump. Croak gonna take the low line. Doing an excellent job. 3/10 of the gap already built up in 1 lap. Croak out front, Humphries in 2nd, Klosterman in 3rd. Drivers did an excellent job in the late models, coming out here to show off their skills in the sprint cars. Helm coming out on track now. Whoa, that was close. Definitely close. Matthew Helm 3 laps down, got some work to do. Croak, your race leader. Found a good line, sticking to it. 5/10 of a gap. We're 4 laps into a 10-lap heat race number 1. Focus in on the leader. Velocity Race Design written on the side. Phantom on top. Matthew Croak out there putting in the work, working the wheel, putting that sprint car wherever he needs to do the job. Matthew Croak with a huge lead, 1.2 second gap. We'll drop back, watch the race for second place. Klosterman on the inside of Humphreys. Klosterman trying to get the inside line. Looks like the low line's working out for him. Me and Humphreys with a little bit more of a run on the backstretch. Klosterman getting a little loose coming out of turn number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your rundown. 8 laps in. Croak, first place. Humphreys, second. Klosterman, third. Garmin, fourth. And Martin rounding out the top 5. Tony Martin trying to work the inside of David Garmin. Trying to get up into that 4th place. White flag's out. Coming around turn 3 and 4. And that'll be the conclusion of heat race number 1. Croak, your P1 finisher for heat race number 1. Humphreys in second, Klosterman in third, Garmin in fourth, and Martin rounding out the top 5. Andy Martin, let's go, number 22. Tony Martin, cheering on Tony. B main is out. Got 2 cars. Tony Martin, the number 22, and Matthew Helm, the number 133. 2 cars coming out for the B main. Ladies and gentlemen, they're lined up and ready to go. Here they go. Tony Martin, your pole sitter for the B main. Smoky Designs by Andy. Tony Martin and the number 22 Pennzoil car. Matthew Helm on the outside and the sun drop. So if you guys are out there watching, thank you so much for coming out, supporting the stream, supporting me, and supporting the guys out here on the track. They absolutely love having the races broadcast and go back and watch the replay, see how they did. It's always fun to kind of show your friends, tell your friends to watch it too. So friends and family, but it's always nice to have people out here supporting you, watching you, and thank you guys all for coming out here and watching and supporting the drivers. Here we go, green flag's out. Tony Martin in the 22 machine. Up front, Matthew Helm, second place. Got 2 cars out here for the B main. $15-lap event. If Tony don't win, I'm pulling his sponsorship. Hashtag Smoky Designs by Andy. Oh boy. Here we go. I wish Tony could hear it now. Doing an excellent job. Tony's done a great job since last year racing the late models. He's a more avid sprint car driver. Late models a little bit different animal, but he's done a great job and improved his driving a lot in that aspect. So Tony's been a great addition to the league. Love having him around. He's always a high energy guy, so great having him around. Matthew Helm, on the other hand, no, I'm just kidding. Matthew Helm, native of Ohio, I do believe. Me and Matthew had a chance to kind of talk and get to know each other quite a bit. Matthew's a great guy, really nice guy, always out here supporting the league, supporting the guys and racing with everybody. So it's great to see him out here on the track. Matthew Helm, Adrenaline Spike Design Sun Drop car. One of the sponsors, if you guys didn't know. Adrenaline Spike Designs, I'll pop it up on the page real quick, but we'll go right back to the race. All the sponsors you see right there on the page are the supporters of the league. Big thanks to them for supporting the league and everything that the guys do. Everything that we do comes from these guys, so big thanks. Brandon Snarns is the one in the race control booth right now. I'd like to give a shout out to him. This is his league. Michael Mitchell's the co-owner of the league, and Matthew Helm had an incident. But Brandon Snarns, definitely a great guy to have in your team. Love having that guy be a part of my life. He's been a great friend to me. Definitely had quite a bit of adventures together on the Iracing platform. Him starting the league up gave an avenue for a lot of guys to come in here and find something to do, find something they're good at. So it's been absolutely fantastic. But big thanks and a big shout out to Brandon Starnes for putting this on and making it what it is. So he's the one that goes out and gets all the sponsors, gets all the support for it, and he does a great job at handling the league. So everybody here appreciates you, Brandon. But we are 14 laps in to a 15-lap B-main event. Got some people out there watching. Thank y'all for coming out and supporting the stream. I know we're watching Dirt Anarchy and Sprint Cars, but if you have not yet checked out my go-kart racing on my YouTube channel, go over and check that out. I started a new series on the YouTube channel, racing the go-karts. So we've been racing the CJ Speedway. It's a local track here in Southern Ohio, and I've had an absolute fantastic job out there driving. Guys out there in the go-kart world and that track are they're pretty awesome. You know, they're really helpful. I had a big problem with my cart last week, or last night actually, and we all jumped on it all together at one time and got it worked out and fixed for the feature later at night. So definitely a great atmosphere to be around. But if you guys haven't checked that out, you can check out any of the other content. I've got all Dirt Anarchy's previous races on there. I've got quite a bit of stuff, so you can go over to the YouTube Dirt Static Esports and check it out, and I appreciate it very much. These guys are out here on the warm-up. We'll take a look at the sponsor page while we're here. Dirt Anarchy in the top left. That's who's racing. Sponsors underneath: Anarchy Custom Wraps and Designs, 06 Racing Productions, David Garman, Buckwheats Customs, 4M Customs, Adrenaline Spike Designs, and NRI Machining. NRI Machining is the caution sponsor for this season. Located in Georgia, do believe. Anytime you see a caution come up, you see the little advertisement caution sponsor for that. So big thanks to Nasworthy for putting that on here for us. Give you my sponsors: Blueprint Event Rentals, my brother-in-law's company, owns a ceremonial tent company. Absolutely awesome company if you guys need any ceremonial work done for tents, or I think they even have blow-up houses and stuff like that for parties and everything. So great thing to look into if you're around the area. My other sponsors over at Hometown Pharmacy. It's my brother-in-law. Owns a fantastic pharmacy here in Lucasville. It's located right in front of Valley Schools, across from Lucasville Prison. So it is a excellent pharmacy. It can help you with all your medication needs. Everything that you need, they can get it to you quick and fast with great customer service. So I did see something on here. Andy Martin races stock appearing in Northwest Ohio. Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, we do a 212 Predators. We can upgrade anything except for the valves and the flywheel. Leave everything. Leave everything else. You got to be able to pull start it. So yeah, it's definitely fun getting into. But we're gonna give you the rundown. Here we are for the A main event. This is going to be a 40-lap feature. A main feature. Starting out on pole, your heat race 1 victor, the number 2, Matthew Croak. Starting outside pole, the number 53, Ian Humphreys. Starting in 3rd place, the number 26 machine, Nick Klosterman. In 4th place, David Garman. In 5th place, number 22, Tony Martin. And in 6th place, Matthew Helm, rounding out the end of your field. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen it here. These guys are out here on the track, and they are ready to go. Matthew Croak, right there on the screen. You can see him. Driver information on the bottom. Number 2, Matthew Croak, sitting on the pole. Pace truck's taking these guys around. And we are ready to roll. Pace truck's dipping off. And Croak takes off. Green flag flies. Croak, good jump off the start. Ian Humphreys right in behind. David Garman taking the high line. Garman started in 4th, up on the wall, trying to make it up into 3rd, and he does. Croak, the man to beat out here tonight. He was fast in the heat race. Looks like he's fast in the feature so far. Ian Humphreys hot on his tail. David Garman trying to find the grip up there on the lip. Tony Martin moving up into 4th place. Give it a rundown. Croak in 1st. Humphreys in 2nd. Garmin in 3rd. Martin in 4th. And Klosterman in 5th. David Garmin all over to 53 of Humphreys. Trying to find a line to get around him. If you guys are out here watching, thanks for coming out and supporting the series, supporting the stream. The guys definitely appreciate everything you guys do for them, coming out and watching, liking all the videos and everything. So big thanks from them and big thanks from me coming out and supporting the stream, supporting the guys. All right, David Garmin right in behind the 53 Ian Humphreys, trying to find a line around. Tony Martin trying to work. Ian Humphreys up into the wall. David Garmin throws the slider. Garmin gets it to stick. Ian Humphreys back down on the inside of Garmin. Humphreys throws the slider back. Gets his position back after that wall tap. Little dangerous there, but got her done. Might have a little bit of damage to that car, not sure. Anytime you take a wall shot like that, things bend where they're not supposed to bend. So hopefully everything's all right for him. Tony Martin able to work up behind Garmin. The race is for 2nd. Tony Martin persistent on the rear. David Garmin trying to find a line to get around him. Croak with a comfortable lead. 1.4 second gap the leader has on 2nd place. Croak has got the sprint cars figured out here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are out supporting the stream, trying to check all the platforms there. Got a, we're on 3 platforms total. We're on Twitch, we're on Facebook, and we are on YouTube. So, kind of hard to keep up with them when you only got one monitor, and that one monitor is your phone. So, if you guys are out here watching, we are 14 laps into a 40 lap A main event. David Garmin trying to get past the 2nd place driver, number 53, Ian Humphreys. Excuse me. He is hot on his tail, trying to figure it out. Ian Humphreys doing a good job of holding the high line down. Croak, even more comfortable lead now, 1.6 seconds. Gonna focus in on Tony Martin. Tony Martin in a number 22 car. Tony out there definitely making a name for himself with Dirt Anarchy. Done a fantastic job driving this year. Great to have him part of the league. He is a very nice and a very pleasant guy. Pull up to David Garmin. David Garmin in the 06 Racing Productions is one of the sponsors for the league. He also helps with a lot of administrative purposes within Dirt Anarchy itself. So it's always great to have him around, helping everybody out any way that he can. Take a look from that spotter point. Croak with a 1.7 second gap on 2nd place of Ian Humphreys. Comfortable lead. I'll give you the rundown. 1st place is Croak. Humphreys in 2nd. Garmin in 3rd. Martin in 4th. And Klosterman rounding out the top 5. We are 21 laps into a 40 lap A main event. These drivers have been practicing all week, trying to find out where they're fast. David Garmin hooking the high line. Ian Humphreys riding comfortable on the line underneath of him. Croak must have a little bit of a slip. That gap's down to 1.1 seconds. We'll see if he can hold on to it. We're 24 laps into a 40 lap feature. Great racing so far in the late models. Great racing so far in the sprint cars. David Garmin trying to work. David Garmin in 3rd place trying to work up to get past Ian Humphreys. Lap traffic is coming up. Not sure when they're going to catch him, but we're 26 laps in. Got a lot of laps left. A whole lot of laps left. Matthew Helm, Nick Klosterman duking it out in the back. Running decent lap times. Matthew Helm trying to hold it together. Trying to throw the low line on Klosterman. A little quicker. Oh, we got a spin. Ian Humphreys is spun. The caution flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll pause right there on that beautiful number 22 car, and we're going to go to caution. Thank you so much for coming out. Let's hear from our caution sponsor.
Brought to you by NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia. The difficult we do right away, the impossible will take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on the replay tab. We're going to find out what happened. So, looking back, we'll go to a far chase view. Gives us a little bit better angle. Don't mind me just adjusting the camera angle here real quick. Get a little bit better wide view of it. So, we're going to see what happened. Ian Humphreys is the one involved in the caution there. We're focusing on him right now. We'll see what happened. So, David Garman with the slider. A little bit of a tap. Ian Humphreys looked like he might have tried to cross over, but definitely sent him on around. So, race control is going to get a hold of that one, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back on the live screen. Brandon Starnes in the booth undoing the race control. He up here trying to figure it out, see what happened. Take a little bit of different angle, different viewers. A lot of different camera angles on here. Some of them just don't show the racing too well. Like this one's kind of all sideways. The chopper view is usually right behind the car. It's just scenic view, ain't nothing. But yeah, they got all kinds of stuff on here. We can flip through all the pages real quick, check them all out. Got a whole bunch of different driver angles on here. I think that right there is TV1. That's the one that I usually use. So then we do a little TV2 for the spotlight. Get up close and personal. Fan of Motorsports. Velocity Race Design right there on the side of Matthew Croak's car. Alright. Not sure what happened. I will look at the call real quick. It looked like David Garman was given the EOL. He'll be sent to the end of the line. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're on the green. Pace truck dips in to the infield. Green flag flies. Number 2, Matthew Croak takes off. Ian Humphreys and Matthew Helm a little bit loose off the start. And I hear big contact. Big contact all over the raceway. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear a word from our caution sponsor.
Brought to you by NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia. The difficult we do right away, the impossible will take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the replay, focusing on David Garman. It looked like he might have been the first one in the contact. Tony Martin, you can tell right off the bat, Tony got a little bit loose and caused a couple other people to kind of shudder up there. We'll take a look at Tony's here off the start. Just a little loose, little shake. We'll go back and see what happened. Looked like Helm got a little bit shook up from that incident. Him and David Garman made contact. And then up the raceway, it traveled all the way up to here. Just a little bit hard to kind of find your way around right there. A little tap from him, side swipe from Humphreys. Just contact all over the field. Whenever you get in contact in a race like that, it just kind of upsets a lot of cars. You see cars wrecking in front of you, you get nervous, you get your hands tied on the wheel, and then you're doing this number, trying to figure out what you're going to do, and it's kind of scary sometimes. We're a far chase. We'll take a look. Ian Humphreys left front tire. Taking a look from second place. Ian Humphreys worked his way back up after that caution. You can hear that engine working right there above the cockpit for Ian Humphreys. We'll take a look at the rear. Matthew Helm right behind Humphreys. Take a look at the front bumper. You can see all kinds of different things. Far chase, upper vision. Oh man, we got all kinds of stuff. There we go. Croak out front, Humphreys in second, Helm in third, Martin in fourth, and Garmin in fifth. And we are right back to where we started. Croak out front, Humphreys in second. Behind him's changed up a little bit, but that's all right. Humphreys up with a little bit of contact on the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a race on our hands. A little bit of contact out of a couple drivers, but that's all right. They're going to keep on going. 3 wide down the back stretch. Oh, a little bit of contact. Sent David Garmin up into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Brought to you by NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia. The difficult we do right away, the impossible will take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs.
We are on the replay screen, trying to find a good angle here to watch this from. Camera angles are going to change a little bit, but here we go. Look at this. Look at this. 3 wide. 3 wide. Got them all the way together. Just not a whole lot of room to move here. Matthew Helm just kind of gets up into David Garmin, and it causes a bounce. Matthew goes from Garmin to Martin, back to Garmin, and sends Garmin up and around. But that's all right. These drivers are going to get back out here and get ready to roll. So, they are out here and ready to go. Croak still the man to beat. He's out front. We'll see if he can figure it out. Don't mind me if you hear something. I am going to plug my phone in. Probably going to make a little funny noise, but there it is. I know y'all can hear it, so. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Caution flag's out. I believe we're 35 laps in. SDK sometimes wrong. We are 35 laps in. So, yeah, it'll say 36 up here, but that's all right. Oh, we're on the replay screen. Somebody should have told me. Oh, man. That's the problem when you're doing it by yourself. You make a little mistake and you don't notice, but that's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not yet, which I know you have, but I'm going to do it anyway, take a look at the sponsors. Dirt Anarchy up in the top left. That's the ones you see on the track out there wheeling the race cars around. All the sponsors for them include Anarchy Custom Wraps and Designs, OSIC Racing Productions, Buckwheats Customs, 4M Customs, NRI Machining, and Adrenaline Spike Designs. My sponsors include Blueprint Event Rentals and Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacy. Big shout out to all the sponsors. Great to have them on our side and on our team. They really support the guys and what we're doing over here. So, big shout out to all the sponsors. I'll hop back over to the line. We may or may not be one to green. Do not know. Looks like Matthew Helm is out. We've got 4 cars in the raceway. Humphreys just now coming out of pits. We're not one to green. We're going to probably pass one more time. That's all right, though. So if you guys do pay attention to the channel or anything, I've been doing the go-kart thing. I know I keep talking about it, but I thoroughly enjoy going out there and racing them go-karts. I've had a great time so far, and the environment is just something that I really love to be around. I love anything to do with racing, anything to do with the racetrack, anything with 4 wheels and goes fast is for me. So a little bit cheaper alternative go-kart racing is than other stuff. The late model probably costs about $110,000 a run. Go-kart's about $1,000. So anyway, green flag flies. Croak out front. Martin in behind in second place. We're going to see what Tony Martin can do. Croak has been out in front of the field this entire race, all the way up to about a 1.7 second gap on second place. But now we got a caution. We're on lap 37. That could shake a lot of things up. Matthew Croak really steady on the throttle. You can tell on the straight stretch. Tony Martin getting a little bit squirrely. Kind of hard to hang on to with all that horsepower coming out of a sprint car, especially with the track this slick and tires weren't out that bad. Lap 38. Oh, Croak up into the wall. Your leader is up into the wall. Tony Martin maybe can capitalize. Looks like he's got to run. Tony Martin up into the wall. These drivers are giving it everything that they got. Croak out front. Tony Martin in second. David Garmin in third. Humphreys in fourth. And Klosterman rounding out top 5. Tony Martin faster around the raceway that time than the leader. Leader ran 14.140. Martin 0.99. 30 laps in. White flag is out. Matthew Croak, the race leader. The number 2 of Matthew Croak. Can he hold on to it for the finish? led every lap here in the 410 sprints. Tony Martin was inside. Matthew Croak with the run into the wall. Croak finishes the race in the wall, passes the checkered. What a race to watch. Great last 5 laps right there. Croak, your P1 finisher. Martin in second and Garmin in third. Excellent race. Excellent job at all the guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. We're going to go and grab these guys for some interviews. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with me in the booth, I have the P1 finisher for tonight, Matthew Croak. Matthew, excellent race. A little sketchy right there at the end, but that's all right. Tell us a little bit about it, man.
Yeah, all those that first little chunk of the race, we were green a lot of that, and I was trying to save tires, but try to keep up with going fast, and all those cautions started to really come and bite me with tire wear, and I knew Tony had a little bit better tires than I did for that last run there, and luckily I just held off enough to where I hit the wall coming off 4, and he was on the bottom, so he couldn't really step on it as much as I could.
Yeah, I think luck played out a little bit in it. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but you came around the turn, hit the wall. Tony comes around the turn, he hits the wall on the next straight stretch. So I thought, oh man, what a break for him. And then it was a race to the finish right there, and a little bit of a wall tap, but you made it past the line, got your P1 finish. An excellent race here tonight, man.
Yeah, it was you gotta take them as you get them. I know Tony was really good at saving tires for that race, so I'll take a win here and move on to next week.
Absolutely, man. Give us a shout out for your sponsors.
Yeah, first off, I have to thank you for the broadcast and Brandon for the league here at Dirt Anarchy. And then I have to thank my personal team, Phantom Motorsports, Weichel Sportswear, Velocity Race Designs, Power Outdoors, and then I also have to give a huge shout out to M9 Setups. They helped me out, and they're really good setups, so if you need a setup, go get you some.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Matthew Croak for the 410 Sprints Linear Raceway. He was your P1 finisher. Excellent job, Matthew.
Yep, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring up the next one. It is the number 22, Tony Martin. Tony, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here, bub.
Tony, heck of a race, man. I see you got some people down there in the chat cheering you on. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, I want to give a good apology to Nick because I gave him a good rear end shot there and kind of caused an issue. But luckily battled back there with a few laps to go and tried to give Matthew a hell of a run there at the end, but he just snuck it through there at the line.
I was impressed because I saw him hit the wall and I thought, here comes Tony. He's got time to capitalize. And then on the next straight stretch, you tapped it and it slowed you back up. And I thought, well, dang. then at the end, it was a drag race to the finish. He ended up coming out first, but you did an excellent job in the P2 finish here tonight, man.
Yeah, we'll take a P2 running against Matthew and David any day.
What did you think about the tire wear out there? Did you save your tires pretty good?
I can check that right now. I didn't even take a look. Right rear was at 58. So. Man,
yeah, that is that's a low number, Tony.
Yeah, she was getting down there. It's I'm still trying to figure out the balance of how much to push and how much to save here, but we'll get it figured out one of these days.
I think the sprint cars are a whole other animal just because of the horsepower that's underneath them.
You can burn them off pretty easy.
Oh yeah, and I'm real throttle happy, especially pre-update. You could full throttle around a lot of tracks, and then after the update came, it's like, okay, you can't do that anymore. What do I have to do now?
Yeah, it's definitely a new strategy now.
Yeah. So, all right, Tony. Excellent race, man. P2 finish. Tell us a little bit about your sponsors.
Smoky Designs by Andy. He makes some pretty cool wood designs and can pretty much take your own personal picture and put it on a little plaque of wood for you. Give him a look on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was your P2 finisher in the 410 sprints at Lanier, Tony Martin. Excellent job, Tony.
All right, thanks, bud.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the booth with me, I got the 06 of 06 Racing Productions, David Garman. How are you, David? I I don't believe David's here yet, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, we'll be right back. We're going to grab him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got David Garman here in the booth, but David Garman is not present. So, tell you what, we'll wait for him here for a second. We'll shout out the sponsors one more time. Dirt Anarchy, you watched them here tonight in the late models and in the sprint cars. They did an absolute fantastic job, put on a great show for everybody here. Give you the sponsor rundown: Anarchy Custom Wraps and Designs, 06 Racing Productions, Buckwheats Customs, 4M Customs, Adrenaline Spike Designs, and our caution sponsor, NRI Machining. That is Dirt Anarchy's sponsors, and we couldn't do it without them. So, my sponsors include Blueprint Event Rentals and Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacy. We're still in here waiting for David Garman. Not sure where he went, but that's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to bring our show to a close. So, sorry we couldn't do an interview with David. I'm sure David would have said some nice things about the race. It looked like he had a pretty good race out of himself. He got sent there to the back, worked his way back up to third. Had an excellent night so far. So, always great to have all the guys out here on the track. Big thanks to everybody that come out and watch the broadcast tonight. If you're watching it at a later date, thanks for coming out and supporting the channel in that way. Whatever you guys can do to support us, we greatly appreciate it here. That is going to be the end of our broadcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, hope you had a good time. I did. We'll see.